Welcome back to On the Couch. Today I'm with a man, a myth, a legend. Some people hate to love him, some people love to hate him. I feel like he sometimes becomes one of the most controversial artists, but he's a friend of mine. We've been having like a lot of good discussions off air over the years, a lot of times. And I just wanted to have a discussion with him in public where you all can hear, man. Welcome, mister.
What's good, my G?
How you doing, man?
I'm alright, man.
Great. You know what? I want to take you back. A lot of people do not know your origins, where you started, where you coming from, and everything. So, who is you, man? Who is you?
Yo, there's there's such a. My story is really dynamic.
All right.
But just keeping it simple. I was born in Gabs.
You're born in Gabs. Okay.
But I grew up in Francistown. And the influence of hip hop came from Francistown.
Right.
And from the fact that my mother was also in the music game.
Your mother's a musician?
Yeah, my she's a vocalist and a guitar player.
Up to now, she can still do a few?
Yeah, she can still play.
Nice.
Yeah, so I grew up in that environment around music, and I don't have the best vocals in terms of singing.
All right.
So when I discovered hip hop,
you jumped right in.
Yeah, like at a really young age, I discovered. I have this memory of guys. They had lyrics, Saha, I think Vanilla Ice, the Ice Baby track, and they were reciting this lyric, and I was just listening to these cats, and later on, that's when I found out that lyrics stick in my head. I don't forget lyrics, and I fell in love with the hip hop. I was like, oh, I can express myself musically, but not have to necessarily be have the proper tone or have the proper pitch or all those kind of musical things that were really hard for me to do vocally.
Wow.
So hip hop was a form of expression very early on.
I want to keep you there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people do not know that you have roots from West Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've mentioned it all the time through the years, but it still comes as a shock. But every time I mention the fact that I'm half Nigerian, people are like, "Oh yeah, no, it makes sense now." Yeah.
Why do they say it?
I don't know.
That's not a hint.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's a big question. Yeah. Do you have a Nigerian name? I'm asking no one.
Yeah. My name is Sheena.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what. Like, that's not in your umang, is it?
It's not, but it's a name I've always used.
And it doesn't need to be in the umang. Nigerians are Nigerians, whether their names are on the umang or not. Yeah. So I'm just thinking about it. Like, Tepiso won't work when you get there, Nigeria. They won't.
Yeah. No, Tepiso wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't make sense. So they have to call you with your Nigerian names. If you want your inheritance, if you want your birthright, you're like, nah. Here's my Nigerian name. Yeah. You said Sheena?
Sheena Ogunis.
Sheena Ogunis.
Yeah.
My father is from. Yeah. Then you say your father, then you get
it. Then it makes sense, yeah.
Have you ever used the Nigerian card here? Like maybe to negotiate, get a discount or something?
Not really, eh? If you know me as an individual, I'm very patriotic to Botswana. Like for me, I'm one of those guys that, I don't know why, I'm to the point that my wife thinks I'm a bit obsessed with being a Botswana and wanting to see the country do excellent and growing. I've always been obsessed and knowing the potential we have, not beyond just the arts as a country. Yeah. So my identity is has always strongly been Botswana, but I love my, I inherited Nigerian genetics. Yeah. So I think it's the best of both worlds for me. Yeah.
I mean, I do see that 100%. I do see that you are 100. That's why I was saying that people wouldn't know, because the way you try and push for the country so much, people would miss the fact that you have like Nigerian roots
somewhere else.
Yeah. Have you been there before?
Never.
Okay, so you've never been there.
Yeah.
You don't negotiate maybe for the car. You find another guy who's selling this thing, happens to be Nigerian. You never go, my brother. Then you just
no. I think it's probably worked for me because every time I meet and I interact with Nigerians, we like all Nigerians have linked and interacted with Botswana. We're still in contact now.
Yeah.
We're friends. You know, like to think of it, I bought a car from a Nigerian guy, and we're still close to this day because he found out while I was
Nigerian.
Yeah.
And did he give you like a discount? Just said,
yeah, he did. He's my dude. He supports me. He still buys merchandise.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you that thing's strong. So I met this Botswana guy. We were at Oriental Plaza.
Yeah.
So he walks into the Chinese store and he just starts speaking in Chinese. All of a sudden, the conversation gets heated with the Chinese guy, and then he just picks two items from the store and starts to shout. Then he walks out. He doesn't pay, and then he shouts. Then the Chinese guy's like, "This guy crazy! You are crazy!" Then he walks back. I'm like, did this guy just take things for free because he understands the language? And I'm like, whoa, hold up.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. And I went to I've got a friend. His name's Josh. He's Chinese. He also works in those spaces. And I went to him and I started speaking a bit of Chinese.
Oh, you know how to speak?
Just a bit. I was like, ni hao ma, that's hello.
Yeah.
Then when I'm saying thank you, that's shishini. Then I asked him, how does that make him feel? I said, you know what, it makes me feel like you know me. Like you care more than
like you care, like it's
like
no, I understand,
just the transaction.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, wow, you know. And I realized something. Chinese people, they're synonymous for not giving discounts and stuff like that. The truth is, they actually do give discounts. They have pricing which is like for everyone, and they have pricing for their people. And their people doesn't necessarily mean Chinese. If you're good with them, if you got those deep relations with them, you get those.
It's a little bit like Indians. Indians do the same thing.
Indians do the same thing.
Yeah.
So even like with Chinese, I feel like that's another thing. Like honestly, definitely you're a patriarchal guy. Yeah. But I feel like that's another sphere you can just like, you know.
I've never. Yeah, I know. I think I've spent a lot of my years, you know, growing up here and seeing the culture and seeing and noticing the potential. I've always wanted it to shine, and part of my heritage, which is Nigerian, I don't think they have a problem shining.
Yeah, they don't. You know, Nigerians would, like the classical guys, would consider you Nigerian. They wouldn't, like, they would consider you like full.
No,
Nigerian.
I know. They always ask that, and I would credit patriarchy for this.
Yeah.
Because they would ask me which of your parents is Nigerian. I'm like, my dad, like,
you're
Nigerian. You know, for them there's no half and half.
There's no half and half.
And I like, and I wish we had that in our culture. I wish we were like that. I wish we had that kind of level of pride. You understand? Because Nigerians, even with big festivals, the headline would always be a Nigerian artist.
Does not matter. That you're now a USA, like even you, like you're Botswana and you're patriarch and you're pushing. As long as you're Nigerian, you're the brother. Like, that's not here. That's different. South Africa as well. Let's just have this discussion. Also absorbs people. I mean, they would also like Kwaito, the origins of Kwaito, like Digong. Some of the founders of that are Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
You know, and they have been absorbed as South African. A big example is DJ Fresh. You know, even though DJ Fresh will say, I'm originally from Botswana, he's singing from the top of his lungs, but they'll say, yeah, he's one of us. One of us, you know, he's a local DJ Fresh. Yeah, I mean, maybe even with William right now, William's got there, and, you know, there's always these debates with people saying, hey, this guy's, they put the when he's shining, they put the South African flag. Then Botswana will just go, hey man, this guy. But as he's naturalizing there, they're gonna absorb him. That's what South Africa does.
No, it does. Like as soon as they can pick up on this excellence and you're part of them. And for me, I don't understand, man. Like in Africa, the borders are artificial. Yeah. But we've allowed them to dictate the way we interact and we see each other so much. That's true. It's quite a shame, you know. We're more welcoming to people outside the continent than we're welcoming to our own brothers and sisters. That's true. And we forget what these borders are very, very artificial. That's true. As we go to the borders, man, there's always a melting pot. Yeah. I mean, we identify as Batalaote. Batalaote are like a Kalanga
subgroup
no, they're Kalanga, but they're like a subgroup Bangwatu.
Yeah. Oh,
If they
okay.
identify as Bangwatu.
All right.
But if you look at my relatives, you can clearly tell these guys have Kalanga in them.
Yeah.
And we said the Kalanga in them. We're very close to the border, and I just found out we have relatives in Zim. So we have those roots. Like there's always that melting pot whereby so I think me growing up like that, and most of my family, most of the women in my family had kids around the continent. My cousins are half Zambian, half Mozambique, and half home. So I've never had this thing. Well, you understand?
Can I tell you some conspiracy? This is going to be a little bit of conspiracy. It's unproven, but it's just a bit of conspiracy.
Yeah.
You know why dual citizenship is not allowed in Botswana?
Why?
It has nothing to do with black foreigners. Because dual citizenship is also not allowed in Swaziland, Lesotho, Namibia. It's only recently got allowed in Zimbabwe. I feel it has a lot to do with the apartheid government. So if the apartheid government wanted to trap their own people without mixing, because imagine if they had dual citizenship, that means they had the freedom to choose where they can go. Now Botswana interlinked, the Botswana across the border, the Botswana this side. There are Zimbabweans in South Africa, there's Zimbabweans that side, Basotho and all of that. I feel like I mean, countries won't admit this, but the apartheid government did have a lot of influence in those little things, in making sure that their own citizens, their own interests, and those own citizenships are left intact. That's why it doesn't make sense why all these
it still doesn't, like, it still baffles me to this point. Where in 2022 you can't have dual citizenship as a Botswana.
I think it originated. I think the idea originated as a let's stop these guys from intermingling, because it's specifically their country. As a South African, you can have dual citizenship, but you can't have it with your neighboring countries, and those are the places where you're most linked. Botswana, right now, Botswana would have, like right now, you said there's cousins directly in Zim. How many Botswana would have that access? A lot. Lesotho, South Africa, Zim, Namibia, Zambia. There's a lot of people. So that just opening that border is it feels like an administrative nightmare, because like you're saying, the borders I don't think are real. They put them between villages. They put them between a lot of things.
For sure.
So I feel like that might be that would be an issue. So you're growing up, and you're falling in love with hip hop. Yeah. How old are you at this time?
Dude, I was 7 years old. In Francistown, I moved to Gabs. Ketagobala Standard 4, and I'm there and I'm young. Hip hop is not a popular genre, so it's an anomaly to see a young Botswana guy rapping, and I was not even rapping my own stuff. I was just rapping those but I was already charging, my 50 Thebe and my 25 Thebe.
Really?
You want to hear a verse? People like, look, I can rap. Like, I think, how old was I in that way? Like, I was in Standard 4 with Thebe. Then I just fell in love with the music, but I never thought you could do it seriously.
And 50 Thebe was a lot of money though. Like
it was, man. I was making bank, fam.
You're like, man, 50 Thebe, I can rap. Then you rap a whole verse.
Guys would just come over to Kulora on a hook and a cassette and just say, spit for us. It was really rare to. Then I just did it as a hobby, just having fun. Part of the reason I wanted to start rapping seriously, I remember Hakibala Standard 7. Towards the end of the year, I heard Third Mind for the first time on the radio. I was like, dog, Botswana, you have guys rapping, making actual music. Then quickly, what it was like a storm. And Hakibala from one, I went to launch Third Mind. Was my first festival ever. I remember it was really cold. I had a NBA Shaq t-shirt. Like my pride and joy. I rocked that Begako festival. Nice. I didn't even wear a jacket because you had to see it, but it was cold.
Was your mom allowing you to go?
She dropped me off because she knew how much I love music, and I'd never wanted to go anywhere. She's like, no, Get that. It's like I'll drop you guys off and I'll come pick you guys up.
Nice.
She dropped us off. The day after that festival, I told my cousin, listen, dog, we're called Mac OT.
Mac OT.
I'm Mac Kast. I don't know. You are Mac something. Come up with a name.
And was he rapping at that time? Or was
both
of you guys were
casual. We're playing around.
Then you're like, yo,
we're starting to write. We're starting to take it seriously. This is Mac OT. We found out at the Third Man show, Ice Cream stole the show. Ice Cream.
Yeah.
We found out because we stay in the same neighborhood. Ice Cream na number phase 2, but I got deflating Gagwa. Someone told us, we walked to her house. We told her, listen, dude, this is what we do. We're trying to do this. You know, we want to join Peace Side. Hey, how do we join? She's like, no, what do you guys know? What can you guys do? We told her everything. She's like, no, why you? She's like, no, if you guys are interested, we can. You guys can come to my house twice a week, and we can just,
learn and
rap and write verses and. She literally taught us how to rap and how to write and how to understand hip hop, how to define it, the concepts. It was like school.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Then after some time, dog, we actually had notebooks. We'd get assignments. Well, this is the kind of verse you're gonna write. This is how you count your bars and everything, dog. And when she felt we were ready, she took us to DJ Sid.
Yeah.
And we messed up so bad. I remember the day we went to Pisa Partial. We went to Partial.
Yeah.
And Sid was still studying his dress.
Yeah.
So he was
Yeah.
She was really, really quiet. He was like, there's much over the top. She was loud. Yo, what's good, sir? Some of my boys introducing us here. Now I'm gonna do something for you.
Yeah.
What?
How old are you this time?
I think I was 14. 14.
Very similar story to mine. Very similar.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people know me from like Excalibur, but that's like my fourth group.
For real?
Yeah. I started with Thebe Kiragai.
You're joking.
I'm telling you.
You're joking.
Like I was 13, so I went. I think I was turning 13 or 13. I went to Sprite. I went to Sprite Rap. Then my mom wasn't in that. Like she wasn't about that life.
Yeah.
So then I think they came to check me because I went sneaking. Then they went to check me at my house. They're like, yeah, but I think he went to radio. I'm like, I don't know why they snitched on me like that.
For real.
I was there. It was my first time. So I meet Big Duke. I meet Dollar Mac. And we're getting their autographs. It was at the back of my school book, getting the autographs. So I'm with a friend. So he's the one who rapping. Then they're like, yo, are you gonna be his manager? I'm like, no, I want to rap as well. But I never got around to doing it. But since like, okay,
how old were you then?
I was like 13 still, like that time. So I was just like, yo, you know what? I need to take this seriously. So then we came back. Then Botobo were listening, and Botobo were like, yo, we were listening, but we didn't hear you. I'm like, no, I don't have it ready. He was like, okay, write something. Let's work on something. But at the stage, he had already started earlier because his big cousin, used to like give him some guidance and some heads up. So he already knew how to flow and whatnot. I didn't, and then I started just building it there. I just started building. The guy who helped us both, Tobo and I, came a few years later, Nele MSK Musako. He's the guy who he was like Mr. Miyagi. He's the one who really helped us. Yeah. Because at the first, Musako, there was a time because Tobo then moved. We were staying together at the Swiss Flats. Then he moved to phase 2. So Musako stayed in phase 4 on the other side by the flats there. There's a time, so we used to make fun of him. He had like a FUBU. Remember the time when he used to rock that FUBU bucket hat or the diesel jeans? So he always used to rock it like a lot of times. And then we used to make fun of him and said, no, this guy's got like a street uniform. He's got a uniform. He's got a uniform in the street. Then he switched and became like a big fashionista. So anyway, I went to him. Tobo sent me to him to get beats for him because he wanted to learn how to rap on beats, and he had beats and stuff. So when I got there, I got the beats for Tobo. Then he just started dropping gems for me. I'm like, what? He's dropping gems. He's telling me about this and this opportunity that he's also linked up with you. and he's going on stages and stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be coming to this guy every time. So after he does his shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he's sleeping. I'm the guy who used to come like around 2-3 to wake him up. Like even at his house, they knew me. No. Then he came through. Then he used to like really like help me, whatnot. Then his career started lifting up and pushing. So we couldn't get to finish. He was all over the place. I think he stayed with you for a bit. Yeah. So extension. Then he moved with you. Then I couldn't get a hold of him, but he gave me a lot of handles. Like
that's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah. But for me, my hip hop mother was definitely Desma. Like I got a lot of even just confidence. Like
And she's when she raps, you can feel it. Like
she's dope. She's probably one of the best female rappers on the continent. Still, like still now, and Desma can sing and rap.
I've heard her sing as well.
So we had a pretty good start, but we messed up our audition, man. Go P side. We really
tell me about that. Sorry, I disturbed you. So tell me about that.
So at some point, we were joined by another guy called Sekwati. We feel Sekwati as part of, and he was supposed him and Click, because they had better vocals. Desma like said, they were like, no, you guys do the hook. This Kast will rap. We'll do the verse. Prepare a verse singer and prepare 16 bar. So we get there. We start the song. I think was it a cappella? I think it was a cappella. I don't think there was a beat. I don't remember. Anyway, but I just remember listening to this guy sing, and these guys are off key. I'm like, what the hell? And while I'm still in my head about these guys are messing up the audition. What the hell is going on? I hear them finish. Like these niggas are finished. I'm supposed to start spitting now. And dog, I've forgotten my verse. Then I start freestyling off the dome, where I start just kicking. So I don't even remember if the freestyle was dope or not, because I was concerned.
So you're so nervous you forgot the verse.
I forgot the verse, and I started freestyling, and home. There's my signals, and it was made worse by the fact that Sid was not even responding. He was just there. When we danced, like, okay, no sure agency.
He was twisting his dreads.
Then we left.
Snap.
98. There was a hip hop competition. We heard about this competition. There were auditions. What's this place? African Mall. We went there. I remember asking forever to audition. We went in there. We killed it. We were always using Park Beats to perform. That was our thing.
Okay, I hear the similarity to the early Kast.
It was always there was a big influence from there. And we're performing, and we stood out every time we'd rap, because we'd rap. This is before Motswako. This is just when we used to rap in English. And we'd have a performance. We were always very energetic on stage. Most rappers would just stand there and just rap. Even when we were auditioning, me and this cat would always have, like, would coordinate to the point that would know that this is how we move on stage. This is when I'm standing there, you're standing there. Would coordinate
nice.
So we'd always stand out.
Stage presence.
Like we had crazy. So we auditioned immediately. We like, guys, we like, no, you guys are going to perform at the main show. At the main show. Our biggest competition was, I don't remember the first year. I don't remember, but we won that.
Snap.
We won 98. Then I started my
own. You are like what, 15 now? 16?
Yeah, we're 15.
Yeah, snap. Okay.
So we win that, and then the next year it's there again. The year we won, but it was the next year was it was a similar show, but it was different organizers. That year we won a beat. We didn't like that beat. We got a beat. We were supposed to get a record deal and a recording home. The first beat they sent us, we just turned off, and we just told them, listen, guys, we don't need the.
Would you like, let's make it work, or you're just like, nah,
no.
This thing
I think somehow we just lost interest. And at this time we're hip hop purists. We wanted to do hip hop, and we just felt like the beat was hip hop, but it sounded like it sounded like a guy who did not know how to make a hip hop beat with. It wasn't a bad beat. I'll tell you why it wasn't a bad beat. We're just way young. This beat, they gave us this beat, we didn't want it, and I just told the guys, listen guys, we don't want to work with you guys. We don't want to be signed. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll just keep pushing. I just lost.
How do you have the confidence to say we'll figure it out? Like,
I don't know. I don't even know to this day. Then a few months later, you remember Crucifix?
You
remember the song, the biggest song? I forgot what it was called, but they had a song on Your FM that was playing a lot.
Yeah.
That song, Crucifix. That was the beat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, listen to this beat. And this song is playing every day and it's a smash.
And you didn't feel the beat and this...
Crucifix, they took
I
the...
remember that.
Yeah, they had... Crucifix,
Yeah.
dropped. And because we won... I remember when we won, DJ Sid was there.
Yeah.
We inducted into P-Side after we won that competition.
Now, what did DJ Sid say this time? I mean, obviously...
I feel that's where we got the confidence. The fact that we're part of P-Side now, officially.
Yeah.
We felt like we didn't need to sign with those cats.
Okay.
That was it.
Yeah. I mean, some of the hip-hop historians talk about this competition that brought about P-Side. Was that the competition they're talking about? They were saying that P-Side won this competition.
No.
That now led P-Side to like becoming this big thing or something like that.
I think people are confusing Meg OT winning that competition with P-Side.
Okay.
Because P-Side was still there. P-Side had been there.
Yeah.
Maybe, because after we won that in the row, then it was close to, then the album, the P-Side compilation came out and all. So I think some people, because people sometimes misconstrue history in the sense that they are there and they have bits and pieces and not.
So what they say is that competition is what led to P-Side being there. And apparently, from what the conspiracy says, it was rigged. P-Side News was going to win or whatever the story is.
P-Side never entered a competition. We were part of P-Side, but we won.
Okay.
There was two guys, Meg OT.
Uh-huh.
Then, maybe this will make a bit more sense. P-Side had always been there. P-Side was not a group. P-Side was a group of groups.
Oh, okay.
There were groups it was a squad of different groups.
Oh.
As Meg OT would join P-Side as Meg OT.
Okay.
You had Hoodlums as part of Meg OT.
Yeah.
You had Ice Queen as a solo act as person home.
Yeah.
You had Double D, Duke
it
and...
makes sense.
Double D, Duke and Mr. Do.
Mr. Do,
But maybe Double D as part of P-Side.
Yeah.
We had different... It was so... They never entered the competition.
That makes sense.
So we entered that competition in 98. We won.
Yeah.
And obviously with every competition, people will never be happy.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Was 98, was Sid a judge? I don't think he was a judge, but he was there.
Yeah.
We're young, dog. So memories are weird.
I can imagine.
So maybe someone could have seen it from that point of view. Okay. But we're not part of Peace at that. We had messed up an audition.
Yeah.
Then we came and they were I think Sid was part of the judging.
Yeah. It makes
so maybe probably someone would look at it and think these guys were always P-Side.
Yeah.
And Sid was a judge, so he made them win.
Yeah. So apparently, that's why they said that you guys created a competition to give yourself some money to get P-Side started.
No.
But it makes sense that you guys were already there because, like, when you say Double D, I remember that. I remember with all of that.
And those predate me. I found those cats as part of P-Side.
Yeah.
I saw them perform at a Third Man show and I fell in love with P-Side, and that's why I wanted to join P-Side.
Yeah, but they would say, sorry man, this is just also coming to me. They would say like, no, there were other guys who were also dope and whatnot. They were, right?
Dude, Hoodlums, yay. P-Side was made of beasts, my nigga. Hyenas, my dog.
Yeah.
Hyenas. I think we had an edge over some of the guys in P-Side because we were very commercial, and like at some point for me as the Kast brand, I went from a lyrical spirit to just decide I'm gonna do sing along music and be commercial. I literally sat down and decided, listen, this is the path I'm taking. Yeah, I'm gonna water down the lyrics. I'm gonna home, and I got a lot of help from the team, but that's in the future. Yeah.
Okay, cool. 98. So 99, what happens?
So after the competition, I get the confidence to start my own squad. I start Meg Squad.
Okay.
I don't make OT. Meg Squad, Nokondale, VOT. VOT, Keska, Fox, Smooth.
Voice of Truth. Come on now. Hey, you're taking me back. You're taking me back. All right.
VOT, so we got VOT. I met them go school because we were doing V shows and we were sort of popular.
Yeah.
V show second, Modu Kolong, and someone.
That's Form 4, Form 5? That's Form 4, Form 5?
From 3.
Form 3, okay.
And they were doing Form 1.
Okay. So
we met Komisala Pool.
Okay.
So they came to me and I did with them what Ice Queen did with us.
Nice.
I took them.
You did with them. Who's them?
Scar, Fox, Smooth, Home.
Dudes.
Yeah. When I met Scar had not. He hadn't written a single verse in his life. He was rapping the verse about Mr. Cheeks and the like. And I sat down with them and told him, "We need to start writing, and this is."
Hey man, shout out to Scar, bro. You're the big homie. Please continue this.
So I started Meg Squad. We had VOT and about Scar. We had at some point we had Raganaj ki Juju, some guy called
Juju Boy.
Little Dog say he was a vocalist at that time. Kopele, we got Senjo. Then we inducted V as part of the squad. I was V's first manager. But 99,
you were V's first man. I remember that. Yeah.
So 99, we make squad thing. VOT, but they confident they've written their own songs. Since they confidence, but I do know Ska. I do know I've already taken them. I did the same thing as Queen did with us.
Yeah.
When I felt they were ready, I took them to P side.
Yeah.
But it was different this time because I didn't take the whole of VOT. What happened is, at some point I was managing V. I met a producer guy who was doing videography who wanted to shoot a video for V for Mahala. While doing that, he wanted to sign rappers, and I suggested VOT. Then VOT, Bo Foxy, the day we're supposed to meet with Bo Diego, Fox, FOX, Hood Goon.
Really? That guy's a hip hop head. It makes sense.
The day we were supposed to go shoot, guess what happened? Guess why Fox did not show up to the meeting?
Okay, what happened?
Because they were playing soccer in the streets go phase 2.
Dude, that's
so
a crazy
was like
story.
gents, we were meeting who nothing Malaysian gents. So he was very analyst smooth but they were playing soccer or no but meeting. He was just not interested. Then Diego ended up signing Ska, and that's how Ska got his first album.
Because Ska's the only guy that showed up.
Yeah.
Snap. Wow, okay.
Yeah. That's how Ska
crazy.
Went solo.
Okay, so did you do St. Joe with Ska as well?
Yeah.
But you were ahead of... You're ahead of Ska.
I was 2 years ahead of him.
Okay, cool.
So 99, we entered again, the same competition, but it was called different, but it was a different team altogether.
Yeah.
98, we won again. 99, VOT, we go there.
Yeah.
And we just kept bragging. I remember us going there saying, the competition is us. We are going to compete. We wouldn't even care. I don't know if it was people felt like the first 98 people thought Bomb Threat. There was a crew called Bomb Threat from Ghetto.
Yeah.
They thought they were gonna win.
Yeah.
I think the people were not happy about
you
us
guys
winning over them.
Yeah.
But we killed that performance, dog. I don't even want to lie, dog. So at the 99 we go again from Moko Village, same place, Village.
Yeah.
Then we killed again. Mac OT won again.
Nice.
VO2 went second place.
Cool. Then how did the competitions end? How did it become Sprite?
No,
Sprite came 2000.
That was a totally different
thing altogether. Yeah,
with its own people, one by organizer.
Yeah.
Then we dropped the P-Side compilation.
Yeah.
Then I remember Hakibala from 5. After the P-Side compilation,
that compilation was fire, man.
I was 17.
That thing was fire.
I was 17. Then we were invited to Sprite Rap Activity Jam YFM.
Yeah.
As P-Side.
Yeah.
P-Side was...
Sprite, that was... This, when you say YFM...
YFM, not Yarn FM.
Not Yarn FM. This is Joburg.
And I think at the same time, Mr. T was moving to Joburg for school, for varsity.
Yeah.
I was 17, was going for varsity. So I thought, okay, no, this guy's going. We're now as Queen Kast, Zaman Lerner to represent the P-Side squad.
I remember that story now.
Yeah, we went to YFM. We got there. The guys were battling home. We were the guests. We the mic. Then we started spitting. We killed it.
Nice.
After we spitting, we met some of the finalists. I think it was a final.
Yeah.
Guess who we met as finalists on that day? I was 17.
Who's that?
Squatter Camp.
Oh, okay.
And they were not Squatter Camp. They had not blown up yet. Once Balama Sprite, they were like, P-Side, they were asking for autographs. We're signing autographs. They bought 2 P-Side.
How did they know about you guys? Because
Botswana hip hop at some point was
I was going to get that. I was going to get to that. But at this time, this is 2000, right? Or 99.
99 or 2000, somewhere there.
Yeah, at that time, Botswana hip hop was huge. And it was huge for about 7-8 years running.
So let me tell you something. These guys were excited, dog. Like they bought 2 CDs.
Yeah.
It's a P-Side. And this is one thing. If you listen to the P-Side compilation, and production, Yaga Press Beats, then you go to that first album as Squatter Camp, and you listen to the production, you listen to the flows and everything. You hear the influence of P-Side.
On Squatter Camp.
Yeah, listen to that compilation and listen to Squatter Camp.
Yeah.
The beats, and you're gonna pick up the influence.
Snap.
Because these niggas got these albums, listened to them and studied them and put their own twist to whatever they were doing.
Dude, because this is a crazy story. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm still 13, right? Or turning 14, I think. So I'm going to Sprite again because I'm trying to keep up that momentum. So I go there. I have to register on a Wednesday to rap on the Friday. So just right outside of... It's one of the best moments of my whole life. Right outside there's like a Beetle. It's like a white Beetle. It's GP number plates. And as I'm walking there, I can see there's some light-skinned different guys, groups in there. They're like, yo, man, are you coming for the Sprite Rap Activity Jam thing? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that. You rap? I'm like, yes, I rap. You want to rap for us? Then I rap. And these guys are just so excited. These South African guys, what they can do no wrong. And I'm like, yeah, these guys thought I was dope. I'm dope. So I go into the thing, I sign my name up where I can hear what they're happening. Like, these guys were just here. They got a hot song, and it's Morafi, it's Josie Sirila.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I rap for Morafi, and I didn't even know I was just like, man, that's so crazy. But I could feel the level of respect these guys had.
And before Sprite, Go Have the FM, there was a show that came before Sprite. Kind of Sprite was after it got sponsorship. Maybe I got skills, something like that.
Yeah.
I did the first one, like I won the first one.
Okay.
I won the first
one.
That
must have been 99 or something.
Dude, now my timeline is weird. It was
99 2000.
99 2000, because that's when because what had happened is I entered that thing, and what they'll do is when you win, they record you record a song go students at home.
Yeah.
With the beat, and they would actually play it on air.
Oh,
so that was the first time I had my song played on air for.
Then the next year it was Sprite.
Then the next year was Sprite.
Ming won.
Yeah.
Is it Ming? Then Zeus won the following one. Something like that.
We need a hip hop historian. We need someone to just sit down and just confirm these timelines and create.
I'm telling you, Mudu. I think Mudu the Fadi can do it.
So it was crazy. We had from 5 we got a internship on Go Have the FM. So I did production for a while. Go Have the FM. Simultaneously, I was managing. I started managing V. Honix no Heta from 5 simultaneously.
So this is V after he did Lamalanga, or
dude, I met V before he wrote his first song.
Okay.
I met V before. I met VIB. Okay.
Did V write, or because the stories we have in Phase 4 of a guy called Frost or something, who helped him write like the first album or something like that?
No. It was not Frost. It was Kast.
I know you did. I know you helped him write a few songs. Yeah. But there was another guy apparently who helped him write Lamalanga or something like that.
Lamalanga?
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't know about that. I wouldn't know anything about
How many
that.
songs did you write on his first album? Like, help him write?
We didn't even keep track. Because what we did is we spent so much time together that we'd always be doing ideas together.
Yeah,
He'd have a hook. I'm like, a verse and sing and then he would literally take. So my verse is always, if you listen to his first few projects, he had verses and hooks. In the form formula like hip hop, basically. And it was I'm scheming, but he would simplify. He would take them and say, okay, no, now I can deliver it this way. Yeah. That's what people don't understand. He knew how to deliver them. He didn't need a reference track. Yeah, you need to spoon feed him, and he would know how to change it up and make it sound the way he wanted to sound. And he would also write a lot. Yeah, you understand. But and he's always been a commercial entity in the sense that he's always been comfortable core writing and sitting down. As rappers, we don't want to do that. Yeah, you just want to stay in your own corner and do it.
But he's okay sharing ideas, especially with his circle.
Yeah, okay. So he did. For example, Pompas Yutu, he did the hook. Yeah. He wrote the hook. And then I did the verses. So Pompas Yutu. That's an example.
That's crazy. Yeah. So So you're writing for him. And the biggest problem now with that kind of business is that situation is that at that time there's no writing credits, there's no cost bots, there's no that accreditation for writing and stuff. If you had like
Yeah.
if you had royalties for all these things, then
Yo. I've written so much music, not just for him. I've written so much music.
Yeah.
I've written for kwaito artists. I've written for hip hop artists. I've even written for traditional
Number one
singers.
tracks. Number one tracks.
Dog, like songs that.
And imagine if those credit, like you can still keep all of that information and pass those on to your kids. I'm telling you. All right, so okay, yeah, no, cool. So you start managing your Yarno FM. Then how does your first album come out, and how does you start doing Motswako and stuff?
So at this